Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. I'm Brian Moritz. Today I get the honor of walking you around a 2022 Newmar Dutch Star 4081. So this is a brand new sold unit. We wanted to get it out there because we have one more 2022 left that's going to be built that is still not spoken for. So you could get that 2022, get it a little bit earlier than 2023 and avoid the price increases of the 2023 Dutch Stars. So before we get started, let's talk about awnings. This one does have the option for the two Nova awnings. So basically a full length of the coach awning on the patio side. Now they are power extend, power retract, and do have wind sensors built into them. Now with that awning package, we also get the handy dandy little remote. So I can control these awnings separately. So I just retracted the front awning. Now I'll go ahead and do the rear. You can control them separately via the remote. There's also controllers underneath in the compartment, and then there's a controller inside that we'll get to when we get inside. So the exterior paint job on this coach is the Mirage exterior graphics. That is a full body paint, no stickers, no decals that we have to worry about cracking and peeling over time. Another option that this 4081 has is the Samsung 43-inch exterior TV. That is going to be a 4K smart TV, and with that you get the Bose soundbar for a little bit better sound quality than what that TV is able to produce. Another thing standard on Newmar Dutch Stars is we have dual pane tinted windows. Those are going to be frameless windows, and the vast majority of them open. These ones are going to open, the back ones are going to open, which is a really nice feature. The dual pane helps with insulation for both weather as well as sound. So if you're parked close to a highway or something, you can keep the sound of cars passing by out of your coach. Another option on the Dutch Star, we've got the Dometic 3 Series dual bay refrigerator freezer. Now I really like that we went to this dual bay instead of the single one. We can actually set these to be different temperatures, so you could have one as a refrigerator, one as a freezer. This refrigerator does have Bluetooth control, so you can actually change the temperatures of it from your phone if you wanted to. And then above the refrigerator, we do have a nice big shelf just to optimize that storage so we're not losing any space. And that refrigerator does run off of 110 volt or 12 volt, just depending on what's available to it. So it is a dual refrigerator. Next, big storage bay. This one is going to measure 32 inches wide by 91 inches long. You see how easy that comes out? And then same thing if you want to retract it. It is just a manual tray, but that gives you a little bit better weight capacity on the trays. Next, this is another just big storage bay. Now we have the ability to put a tray in here if you wanted to. It doesn't go all the way through because you have your hot water heater and stuff on the other side, but a huge storage strip bay. Now up here on the wall, we have our controls for our awnings. So we can actually extend and retract our awnings from in this bay as well if we lose the remote or don't want to go inside to get it. We also have two spare 110 volt outlets just for whatever power needs we may have on the exterior of this coach. Last storage bay on the passenger side. This is our pegboard. Now directly behind this pegboard is our 105-gallon fresh water tank. That's why it's not a full pass-through storage. But we get two good storage trays, the pegboard for hanging things like tools, wrenches, hammers, whatever you need while you're traveling. Great spot to keep all of that equipment. Next bay is going to be our 15-gallon DEF tank. So that's diesel exhaust fluid. This is a 15-gallon. It does have a gauge back here as well as in the cab. Next, we've got the last bay on the passenger side. This is just going to be our chassis batteries, two 12-volt batteries just to start the engine. Now up top here, we do have a disconnect. So if we're putting this coach in storage and we don't have power available, we can shut that off to keep our chassis batteries from dying. Make sure when we get back, our coach starts. Coming around to the back. Underneath this engine compartment, we have the Cummins ISL 8.9 liter. That is going to produce 450 horsepower, 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. Now, that's a lot of power for a 40-foot coach, But what I really like about how Newmar does this and Freightliner Custom Chassis Corporation does this is engine oil fill, engine oil dipstick, transmission dipstick, all very easy to access. Power steering fluid, fuel water separator. If you're the kind of person who does your own maintenance, this is a very easy coach to work on. Down below, we do have a 2-inch receiver. That is going to be a 15,000 pound towing capacity and a 1,500 pound vertical weight capacity. So the tongue weight of your trailer can be up to 1,500 pounds. 7-pin connector for our trailer brakes and trailer lights. And then Freightliner Custom Chassis also throws in the airline for the Air Force One system. So if you're gonna use that Air Force One system on your tow vehicle, we already have the airline put into this coach from the factory. Dual backup cameras. We've got kind of a high view, low view, just for different angles while we're trying to back this coach up, you know, either to a trailer or backing it up into a camp spot. Now, very important, we have dual side depth fills. When you pull into truck stops, if you're using truck stop depth, it's always going to be on the left side. So being able to fill it on the left side without having to turn the coach around, take it to the right side, just makes life a lot easier for all of us. Just a little bit of storage here. All this is for is your sewage hose. Just a nice place to keep it consolidated from everything else. And then the ever so beautiful water bay. So in this bay on the left side, we've got a hot and cold exterior shower. Now behind that shower are all of our low point drains. Now all this labeling on this bay is etched on there, so you don't have to worry about a sticker falling off and then you not being able to remember how to use it or what that particular valve or whatever does. Now this coach does have the option for the RV Santicon system. That's going to be a macerator pump to help clear out your gray and black tanks. Much cleaner way to do things. Fresh tank fill valve, just depends what you're doing, if you want to fill the tank or just have city water. Whole house water filter. Now we take them off because we winterize these coaches. And then water hose reel, power or manual extend, power retract, push the button, sucks it back in, makes life nice and easy, and it keeps you from having to carry an extra hose while you're in transit. Next bay, this is gonna be our power cord reel. That is gonna be a 50 amp power cord, 50-foot cord. So you got 50 feet of cord to pull out of there. Gives you good flexibility for where you can park and still reach a power pedestal. Now talking about electricity just for a second here, this coach actually does have an option, or the option for the 4 100-watt solar panels on the roof. So it's got 400 watts of solar on the roof from the factory. That's an option that we can put on any one of them. Next bay, Oasis Chinook system. Now this is going to be our hot and cold, or our hot water, as well as our heat for the motorhome. So that's going to run solely off of diesel fuel or electricity, just depending on what you have available. If you're out boondocking, you're going to be running it off of diesel. If you're in a campground, you can get away with running on electricity. And then last but not least, well, I guess not last, but the other side of our storage tray, like I said, on the other side, it comes out 60% either direction, so you can reach the middle of it from both sides. All right, so most people probably haven't seen this, at least in the last 5 years. This coach actually has a propane system on it. So we still have the on-demand hot water heater using diesel or electric, but this propane system is going to be just for the gas cooktop. We can still order a Newmar Dutch Star with a gas cooktop. Now what you lose is 2 house batteries. So instead of the 8 you usually see in our videos, you're just gonna have 6 and just a little bit of storage. But it's a great option for those of you who don't, or who enjoy cooking with gas and would prefer to do so rather than cooking with electricity or induction. So this last bay here is just going to be all of our electronics for the chassis. So all of our Freightliner 12-volt stuff is in this. All the fuses in here are nicely labeled to make life nice and easy, and then Newmar does do a great job by throwing in a couple spare fuses so that if you ever burn one, you have some options there. In the front of this Dutch Star, we've got our tray for our generator. Now on the 40-foot models, we get an Onan 8,000 watt quiet diesel generator. That's gonna pull fuel directly off of the 150-gallon diesel fuel tank for the coach. Now, this slide is very easy. You do wanna be a little bit careful if you're on a hill because it will come out of you rather quickly, and away she goes. So, We can go on inside now. As we walk in this coach, I do have the slides 100% closed up so you can see your space while you're in transit. Okay, so like I said, slides are completely closed. Now I can walk back here if I want to get to my cooktop. Very easy. Refrigerator, open, open, and freezer, plenty of space. And then most importantly, my half bathroom right here. I can get into it without very much work. All right, so now let's go ahead and open these slides up. So the off-door side slide on this 2022 Dutch Star 4081 is going to be an Hwh Hydraulic Slide. Now what that means to you is, one, it's a lot bigger, more robust slide out mechanism. But two, it gives Newmar the ability to make a fully flush slide. So what's gonna happen is, once it gets to its full extended position, it's actually gonna drop down about 2 to 3 inches and make no gap in the floor. So that's fully extended there on just my off-door slide. I've still got 2 more to go. But there is no gap or no step up into this slide out. The other benefit is you can actually have the tile extended into the slide out, where most manufacturers go and put carpet in there to hide that gap. The other thing about it is, if your coach is equipped with heated floors, your heated floors will be extended into that slide out as well to give nice even heat all the way around the coach. Now we're going to do the door side slide out. So just while we were waiting here, I missed a couple things when we were talking about the outside. So up on the roof, the 40-foot models do come with 2 15,000 BTU air conditionings with heat pumps built into them, so you are able to draw a little bit of heat from those as well. The water capacity on this coach is 105 gallons of fresh, 75 gallons of gray, and 65 gallons of black. I'm sorry, it's 105 gallons of fresh, 65 gallons of gray, and 55 gallons of black. Missed it by 10. And this is our last slide out, so the 4081 is a triple slide. Off-door side is the full wall, which gives you a nice, even kind of walking area all the way through the coach. No real tight hallways that you have to get through. All right, so we'll go ahead and start in the back of this coach. So first thing I want to talk about when we come into this bathroom is we actually have an emergency egress door. So if we ever needed to get out, say there was a fire in the front of the coach, we were in bed, we can always come back here and jump out. Now there is a ladder built into this door. It is just a quick release ladder. You pull that panel out, undo a strap, and it falls down. If you needed it, it is a dual locking door. Now what's really cool about these doors is they are reusable. It's not like a one-time open thing. So let's just say you're at your house trying to load it up and you just need to load your bath towels and stuff. Instead of having to walk through that narrow aisle or open all your slides up, you could literally just throw them in through the back of the door here and you're already in your bathroom. Up above that door, nice big cabinetry for all your storage in the bathroom needs. You know, extra toiletries, that kind of stuff. Huge medicine cabinet with 2 110-volt GFCI outlets. Down below, solid surface countertop, beautiful sink, bank of 3 drawers, and then another really big cabinet underneath. Now, all the drawers inside of this motorhome are going to be soft closing, so you don't have to worry about slamming them. 3 more drawers. And then directly next to the vanity, we've got a huge hanging storage. Now it does dip down over here, so if you've got some longer things that you need to hang up, there is plenty of room in there to do so. And then 2 more drawers as additional wardrobe. And then down below, there's this huge cabinet. Now that thing kind of swings to the left and goes back there quite a ways, but you can access it from the overhead storage as well, or the hanging storage that I showed earlier. This coach does have the option for the Splendid stacked washer dryer. I really actually like it in the 4081 because there's a lot of room in here to move around and do what I need to do. I don't feel congested. I'm not standing over the toilet to do my laundry here. Now next, really big shower. Plenty of room in here to get in and do what you need. We do have a rain shower head as well as the sprayer wand. All that's going to be controlled right here on this valve. Now we also have what's called the Aquamizer system. That's going to recirculate the cold water from the lines back into the freshwater tank to give us hot water automatically at the head. That way we're not waiting on wasting water if we're out boondocking. Coming into the bedroom, we've got the 72 by 80 king bed. That is going to be a radius corner mattress. So if you look, just a radius corner just to help you walk around it. Now, people always ask, can you put different mattresses in here? Yes, the 72 by 80 is a standard king, so you can go ahead and throw whatever mattress it is. The only problem is you're going to lose your radius corner. Makes it a little bit harder to walk around, but not too bad. Up above, additional storage for the bedroom, as well as two 110 volt outlets. Now on either side, there is holes poking up through the bottom of the cabinet. So if you needed to run power cords out, for some reason out or into that outlet, you do have the ability to do so. We do have opening windows on both sides of the bed. So if you like that cross ventilation, this does have that capability. Now, at the front of the bedroom, two big hanging wardrobes, his and her style. In the middle, 43 inch HD Samsung TV. Another solid surface countertop. Phone, wallet, keys, whatever you don't need while you're sleeping, you can throw it right there. Always have access to it in the bedroom. Down below, AV compartment. If we're going to use a satellite installed on the coach, this is where we're going to put our satellite receivers. And then 5 drawers going across the bottom. Again, all soft closing. Just for additional wardrobe storage. Moving forward into the kitchen, well, we'll talk about the half bath first. So in the half bath, up in this compartment, we've got all of our circuit breakers and fuses for the entire house of this motorhome. I like that they put it inside and easy to access. Newmar does a great job at labeling everything, making it easy to see what you're looking at. Residential style circuit box. And then another really big medicine cabinet, as well as storage down below the sink for additional toiletries for those guests that you have over. Directly across from the half bath, beautiful pantry. Now these shelves are adjustable up and down as needed. Full extension. Now the way these lock now is we push in on them and they lock into place. To unlock them, push them again, and they just pop out just a little bit. That lighting in there is automatic, so once we close the door, it will shut off. And then the Whirlpool 19.7 cubic foot residential refrigerator. Now this is a brand new coach. We still have our packing from the factory in it, but a nice big fridge. Now this does run solely off of electricity. It's not going to use any of that propane that's sitting down in the bottom of the coach. French door, freezer, 2 trays down below with an ice maker built in. Now another thing I want to point out is when I open this door, these lights come on. This refrigerator is running right now. I'm not plugged in. I don't have a generator running. It is running solely off of battery and inverter power. Continuing with kitchen, really nice big storage. Now Newmar does an awesome job at giving you extension trays here, so you don't have to reach all the way to the back of that cabinet underneath the shelf. Now the shelf in this cabinet is adjustable up and down as needed. Whirlpool 1.7 cubic foot convection microwave. And then up above, a nice spice rack. Salt, pepper, and cinnamon, that's all you need. More storage, more adjustable shelving. And then down below, the 4081 model does come with the countertop extension, just for extra prep space, or throw your serving dishes on there while you're getting ready to eat. 2 really big drawers in the countertop extension. And then when you're done, push button, and away she goes. So this is a little weird. This surprised me when I walked into it. We have a 3-burner Suburban Gas Cooktop. That's what that 20-gallon propane bottle down below is going to run. That is the sole thing that it's going to run, is a gas cooktop. And a 20-gallon propane bottle will run a gas cooktop for a very, very long time. Now with the gas cooktop, we do get the countertop cover to keep it nice and clean looking. Underneath, 2-bowl undermount sink with a residential faucet. And just a great amount of counter space in this coach for a 40-footer. And then to keep it going, we've got storage down below the countertop. Now we do have trash cans on a pull-out drawer. One more pull-out. And then, very important, Newmar does an awesome job by giving you a spot underneath this cabinet that we can slide our countertop covers into and secure them. If you're not the kind of person who's going to put your covers on your sink, you have a spot that you can store them while you're in transit. More storage. And then for dining across, we have the table and chairs. Now you saw me just pull that out. There is no lock on this per se. It does lock into place back there, but there's nothing that I have to do to unlock it. Just pull on it. You feel little resistance. Really nice big table here. Plenty of room for 4 people to eat. What I really like about the buffet setup up here is all of our serving dishes can be up there. So all I need to have on this table is 2 plates, 2 drinks, and some silverware. Now with this particular table setup, we get the combination, we get extra storage, really big cabinetry down below, adjustable shelving, and then more drawers over on this side. Now for those of you who are living in your motorhomes, right here, this drawer is really, really big. This would make a great place for like a filing cabinet to keep all your important documents and have them all nice and organized. All the way across the top on the off-door side slide out, just huge cabinets. And then one of my favorite options for the Newmar Dutch Star is the 74-inch theater seating. So it is a power extend, power retract base, but this recliner goes so far back that you could very easily sleep here. Then push the button and away it goes. Now we do have cup holders in the middle, and each armrest has a USBs in the side, and then a massive storage inside the center console here. Little tray, push it back right there. Great place to keep all your board games or whatever you need. Across from that, we've got the 50-inch Samsung Hdtv. Now that is going to be on a televator. The switch for that is just behind the sofa, so you don't have to get up to put the TV away. Now when that TV disappears, we have that massive dual pane tinted window to let additional light into the coach from outside. Across the top over here, we've got some more storage. And then another AV compartment where we could put a satellite receiver for to use this living room TV. Another Bose soundbar up top to give a better sound quality than what the TV is capable of. And then with this dual pane tinted window, they are storm windows, so rotate out. Those windows open up, so you could have these open during a rainstorm or snowstorm, whatever, without having to worry about water coming into the coach. Now a little different on this coach, we do have manual Mcd shades, both the day shade, which is just kind of a solar shade to keep the light from burning us up. And then second, we have just your total blackout privacy shade. Both are very easy to extend and retract, and you don't have to worry about them going bad. And then moving to the front of the coach, just more storage. Now, there is an option to put an additional TV in here. It'd be a 43-inch Samsung in this overhead. If you do not get that 43-inch TV, you just get 2 really nice cabinets for additional storage. Over to the left side here, we've got all of our controls for this motorhome. So we're going to start at the left side with the Magnum Inverter. What that's going to do is to convert our 12-volt power from our batteries to 110 volt to make it useful to us. That's what's running our refrigerator right now. So if you're driving down the road, you're going to turn on your Magnum Inverter. It's going to turn on your refrigerator, which is going to pull power off of your batteries, but the alternator of the coach is going to charge your batteries while you're in transit. You do not have to run a generator in order to run that refrigerator. Right here, controls for our Girard awnings. Like I said, there's 3 ways to control them. We have the remote I showed you outside, the controllers underneath, and then this controller right here. Oasis system controls. So this is our heat as well as our hot water. As you can see, we have 3 different options on how to run it. First one is burner. That's going to be using diesel fuel from the diesel fuel tank. The next one is AC1 or AC2. We have 2 900-watt elements in that Oasis system. Just depending on how cold it is and how much hot water you're going to be using is how many elements you should run. So we can go AC1 or AC2. AC1 turns on 1 900-watt element. AC2 turns on both. Awning in and out. This is going to be the over-the-door awning, just your entrance awning. Awning light. Security lights across the top here. Just your driver and passenger security lights. Block heater on and off. Exterior step on and off. Slide controls. And then your power control system. So it's just telling me right now I don't have any service because I'm not plugged in or running the generator. If I were to start the generator up, it would tell me that I'm running on the generator and how many amps I'm taking in. Last but not least, down here to the bottom right, we've got just this little touchpad. This is going to tell us all of our tank levels. So we've got fresh, gray, black, and on this particular coach, propane. It's also where we're going to control our thermostat. So this is where we're going to turn on our AC if we need it. And then last but not least, our automatic gen start. So that's going to start that generator up if our batteries get too low and we have no external power coming into the coach. Coming down into the cab of this 2022 Dutch Star. Scoot the seat back just a little bit. So we do have a power seat to move forward and back, up and down. I'm going to fire this up. So first things first, we do have a tilt as well as telescoping steering wheel. So I can move it up and down and forward and back. All right, so starting over here on my left side, we've got the control pad for our Hwh Computerized Leveling. Now all I need to do when I get to my campground is stop, put it in park, hit auto level. It's going to dump my airbags, drop all 4 jacks, and level this coach out very nicely. The switch for my mirror heat, if it's cold and foggy outside, we can heat up our mirrors to keep them nice and clear for us, as well as the switch to adjust our mirrors. So we have power mirrors on both the driver and passenger side. Tag dump switch, really the only time you need to use that is if you needed extra traction for some reason. Traction control override, and then the power toll window switch, which is a very nice feature of the Dutch Star. Over here, we've got some USB and auxiliary imports. So USB is going to be, this is going to be the radio inputs. So if we plug into that, we're going to be controlling the radio with our phone. Parking brake release, headlights on and off, and then down here, battery boost switch. If our house batteries ever, or if our chassis batteries ever died for some reason, we could use the power from the house batteries to start this motor up to get us on the road. Dome lights just above our head, just for additional light if we need to read a map or something. Probably something more the passenger needs to worry about than the driver. In the middle here, we've got the new Freightliner Dash. Now this particular coach does have the option for the on-guard collision mitigation. That is going to be adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assistance, things like that. Now everything we need to do for this chassis can be controlled here. Road watch. So this is our cruise control. So we can adjust our following distance, long, medium, short. We can also turn off adaptive cruise control if you don't like that, to use standard cruise control. Going down to vehicle configuration, this is where we're going to adjust our dash brightness, edit our Bluetooth settings and units, but the most important thing in vehicle configuration is your steering effort. So this is our comfort drive controls. Now comfort drive is an electronic assist on the steering wheel of this coach to adjust how much torque it takes to turn the steering wheel. The other really cool thing that does is it actually helps us compensate for wind. So if we're in a really windy situation, instead of white knuckling it the whole time, we're gonna let the electronic assist take over for us. On the steering wheel itself, we've got just all of our dash control buttons here. And then to the right, cruise control. So on, set, resume, accelerate, decelerate, mute the radio, marker light interruption if you need to flash someone and let them know that they're past you, semis. You can do that right here from the steering wheel. On this stock is going to be our transmission controls. So all I'm going to do is rotate that little knob forward, and now this coach is in drive. The center is reverse, and then going back, or the center is neutral and going back is reverse. Now the other really cool thing that happens here is this is our engine brake control. So instead of having the switch that we used to over here, we have this moving stock. So low, medium, high for our automatic engine braking. Now we can also put the coach into manual mode here. So if we're climbing grades or something, we can put it into manual to shift on our own. Moving over, this particular coach does have the option for the Omniview 360 camera system, but we've got side view, and then the standard is rear view. It'll come on in just a second. So that camera's always going to be showing while we're in transit. So if you're the kind of person who's towing a vehicle, towing a trailer, and wants to be able to see it, boom, we've got the camera right there. Now over on this left side, we've got our controls for the radio as well as navigation. Now we do not have Randy McNally anymore. We did upgrade because Randy McNally nav required us to actually pull the SIM card out, update it, and then put it back in, versus this is going to go over the air updates. And then camera controls. So with the 360 camera system, over to our right side here, we've got the bird's eye view of the coach. It's as if you're looking down from the top of the coach to see everything that's around you. Switches down below are going to be for visors and shades coming down in the front. So as you can see, we have a full blackout, and then we also have a visor. Now it's only going to come down that far right now because I have the ignition on. If I took the ignition off, it would come down, touch the dash. Overhead fans located up behind the cabinetry here, just to get some air moving inside of these coaches. The other thing they do is they act as great defrosters. So if you have defrosters on, blowing air up onto the windshield, those overhead fans will keep it circulating to keep your windshield from freezing up. Front fan, this is another very important one. For those of you who have Class A's, you know that if you're traveling in the winter, it's hard to keep them warm. Newmar does a great job by plumbing our Oasis system, our furnace, into the front of this coach. So all I have to do is that, and I have heat from the furnace coming through the louvers on the floor of this coach. Generator start and stop, entry lock, power door locks, air horn switch. So if I have that off, I get that little city horn. If I turn it on, we have a full air horn. And then courtesy lights, just for backing up, we have courtesy lights to show us the back of that coach. Now if I hit this 360 camera select, it changes the view of this motor, or of my camera system. So right now I'm looking at the top and then the right side of the coach. So that's looking directly out the side of it. Top and front, there's a beautiful video van. And then rear focus, just so we know how close we are getting to whatever's behind us. And I think that's pretty much going to wrap up my walkthrough of this 2022 Newmar Dutch Star 4081. Again, we have one more 2022 that's to be built. And if you have any questions about that unit, please feel free to give me a call. Again, my name is Brian Moritz with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. My phone number is 303-482-6375. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.